A young master moved into the dorm. Eric turned out to be this spoiled rich kid with OCD who wouldn't let anyone touch his belongings. Yet he paid me to make his bed, do his laundry, and kept inventing excuses to crawl into my bunk at night. When the client's happy, everyone's happy. I obliged every request. Things got weird when someone confessed to me and Eric's eyes turned crimson with rage. Eric, the youngest heir of the Quinn family, looked like a porcelain doll with his rosebud lips and fair complexion. His sharp tongue could flay skin off bones. Known for his terrible temper and germophobia, most people avoided him like the plague. Yet here I was, stuck being his personal errand boy, fetching meals, collecting packages, doing laundry, even blow-drying those soft caramel curls everyone else envied. Classmates pitted me for being at Eric's beck and call. Little did they know I owed the Quinn family everything. As an orphan raised on their charity, taking care of their precious heir at college felt like repaying debts. Besides, Eric paid triple for every sandwich I fetched and let me eat with him. Those fluffy curls? Pure heaven to touch. Only one problem: Eric kept invading my bed with excuses about nightmares or cold feet. Our 6'2" frames barely fit the narrow dorm bunk, but who could refuse those puppy dog eyes? Everything changed when I stumbled upon a campus forum thread, the forbidden romance between Eric and Alex. My jaw dropped seeing photos of us, Eric picking at salad while I devoured my meal, him clutching water bottles during my basketball games, me tying his shoelaces under maple trees, even that time he fell asleep on my shoulder in the library. Comments flooded in: the way Eric looks at Alex? That's love. They've totally done it. Their chemistry's off the charts. I tried defending our honor anonymously. Alex was just repaying the Quinn family's kindness. The shippers demolished me. Open your eyes, straight boy. Eric's gaze is practically dripping honey. They've 100% boned. My face burned at the boldness. Just as I tried reporting the thread, Eric emerged from the shower in a tank top and shorts, plopping onto my lap. Muscle memory took over, towel in hand. I began drying his hair. Maybe sleep in your own bed tonight? I stammered. Eric froze. We both knew he hadn't spent a single night in his bunk since moving in. For the past few days, Eric had stopped making excuses. He'd shamelessly crawl into my bed after showers, and our roommates barely batted an eye anymore. As soon as I spoke up, the guys immediately pretended to be asleep, our dorm plunging into awkward silence. I knew they were all secretly listening, terrified I might upset the Quinn family's golden boy and bring collateral damage. True enough, Eric's expression darkened instantly. What? Did someone say something? Nothing like that. It's just, with this summer heat, having you glued to me all night gets uncomfortable. Eric threw an immediate tantrum. I don't care. My bed's too lumpy. He gestured dramatically at his own triple-layered memory foam mattress, then pointed accusingly at my single thin pad. I bit back the obvious question: wouldn't sleeping on top of me be even more uncomfortable? But Eric didn't negotiate. He flopped onto my bed facing the wall, theatrically covering his ears. Sighing, I grabbed my shower caddy. Eric required his human pillow freshly scrubbed nightly. By the time I returned, Eric had already cocooned himself in my sheets. Moonlight revealed his pouty profile, all sharp cheekbones and petulant lips. How would this overgrown child ever find a wife? As predicted, the moment lights went out, octopus limbs slithered around me. I tried shifting away only to get yanked back. Stop squirming. You're my weighted blanket, Eric commanded, forcibly wrapping my arm around his slender waist. My palm burned against the smooth cotton of his tank top. Aren't you hot? No, came the muffled lie against my collarbone. Now pat my back like last time. I can't sleep otherwise. The rhythmic motion eventually lulled him to stillness. Not me. Every shift of his hips reignited dangerous sparks. When dawn finally came, I awoke to creamy skin inches from my face. Eric's shirt had ridden up, revealing a strip of toned abdomen. Flushing, I tugged the hem down to cover his tummy like some Victorian governess. The cafeteria line provided no refuge. My phone buzzed relentlessly with forum notifications. Did y'all see the hickey on Alex's neck? Quinn family's prince going feral. OMG, need deets from their roommates. How loud was it last night? The attached photo showed me crossing campus, all long legs and sharp jawline, accidentally model-esque in morning light. Ridiculous. I checked my reflection in Eric's vanity mirror. Wait, was that actually a red mark? Must have been a mosquito. This high floor shouldn't have bugs. But better stock up on repellent. Eric's delicate skin would welt terribly. It's just a bug bite, I typed, immediately drowning in replies. Sure, Jan. That's one thirsty mosquito. Size queen mosquito? Giving up. I pocketed my phone. Eric slept till 10 a.m., emerging bleary-eyed and refusing breakfast. Just 2 more bites, I coaxed, holding the spoon to his lips. He turned away stubbornly. Will you let me sleep in your bed tonight? The unspoken threat hung between us. No deal. No food. Typical Quinn family negotiation tactics. I didn't hesitate. Sleep on me if you want. Eric's eyes lit up. You said it yourself. After cheering up Eric, I headed to my campus job. Truthfully, the allowance Eric gave me already covered my tuition and living expenses. But his birthday approached, and I couldn't bear seeing him cry over receiving no gift. I wanted to buy his present with money I'd earned myself. After several days of early mornings and late returns, Eric grew sulky again. The moment I climbed into bed after showering, he pounced to bite my shoulder. Where have you been lately? Got some side piece? I covered my stinging ear. He'd bitten harder than usual. Don't be ridiculous. I just took a part-time job. Eric huffed, cheeks puffing. What job's more important than me? You've barely spent time with me. Since when? I still bring you meals, do laundry, dry your hair. You don't eat with me. Don't study with me. My grades are slipping and I can't even eat properly. You had a point. No amount of cash outweighed Eric's well-being. I'll quit after this month. My fingers combed through his curls, silky from my daily meticulous care. Satisfied, Eric flopped onto my chest. You're the best. I like you most. His breath warmed my neck as he fiddled with my earlobe. Do you like me too? Of course. I want to stay with you forever. His fingertips drifted to my lips. So soft, wonder how they'd feel to kiss. I'd grown accustomed to his teasing. Sometimes I wondered if our closeness crossed lines. But any distance made Eric miserable. If this kept him happy, I'd play along. Eric's wandering hands paused at my abs, tracing contours like I'd trace his curls. Just as he adored my muscles, I cherished maintaining them for his touch. Tonight, his exploration lingered. Drowsiness tugged at me as his palms slid lower. I caught his wrist. Still awake? Patting the head nestled against me, I murmured, sleep. Early class tomorrow. He mumbled something indistinct. I caught only idiot before his breathing evened out. Alex, you're back. A wide-eyed underclassman rose from my bed. He's been waiting since afternoon, my roommate explained. Before I could ask why he hadn't texted, Eric stormed in. Why's he on my bed? Eric yanked the boy's arm, sending sheets flying. The underclassman winced. This is Alex's bed. Psycho. He turned to me. Who's this lunatic? Oh hell no. Eric wouldn't even let me sit fully clothed on his precious sheets. Now some stranger in outside germs clothes dared occupy what he considered his sleeping space? As the underclassman leaned closer, Eric's glare turned murderous. Eric turned to glare at me. Who's this? What's your relationship? Why does he get to sit on your bed whenever he wants? The rapid-fire questions left me scrambling for responses. I quickly pulled Eric into a hug, murmuring soothingly, Don't be mad, sweetheart. Let's sit down first. My attempt to guide him toward the bed backfired spectacularly when he shoved me away. I'm not sitting there. It's contaminated. The underclassman bristled at this. Contaminated? Are you insane? It's just a bed. But Eric's germophobia had reached critical levels. He violently stripped my bedding and threw it on the floor before coldly commanding, I never want to see him again. I found myself caught between the underclassman's pleading puppy dog eyes and Eric's glacial stare. Grabbing the intruder by the collar, I maneuvered him toward the door. Text me if it's important. By now. No wait. Alex. You don't understand. The door slammed shut, cutting off his protests. Our dorm fell into tense silence. All 3 roommates holding our breath as Eric claimed my desk chair like a throne. Explain. No. We're barely acquaintances. I raised my hands in surrender. We exchanged numbers after bumping into each other at that campus job fair last month. Never actually talked until today. I have no idea why he showed up here. Delete his contact. It's already done. I demonstrated the block function on my phone, watching Eric's shoulders relax marginally. After disposing of the contaminated bedding, I cornered our roommate in the hallway. I thought you guys knew better than to let strangers touch my bed. The guy threw up his hands. I warned him. Little shit sat down anyway. Kept saying you wouldn't mind. He elbowed me with a grin. So, he your side piece or what? Don't be ridiculous. Returning to find Eric's luxury bedding already installed on my bare mattress, I cautiously approached. His continued presence in my bed felt like a peace offering, though the rigid way he faced the wall that night suggested otherwise. No good night cuddles. No back rubs. Just 12 inches of cold shoulder. Dawn found me sprinting across town for Eric's favorite almond croissants. Near the dining hall, the underclassman materialized like a bad penny. Alex, wait up. Not now. I shifted my pastry bags defensively. Whatever this is, handle it over text. And stay away from my dorm. Instead of backing off, he flushed pink and gripped my sleeve. Please, I need to tell you something. Alex, I like you. Will you be with me? What kind of development was this? I frowned. What nonsense are you spouting? The underclassman panicked and grabbed me in a tight embrace. Alex, I'm serious. I really like you. I know you're gay too. Give me a chance. I'm way better than that spoiled brat Eric. I promise you'll have a good time. This guy must be mentally ill. I needed to get away. His grip felt like steel as I struggled to break free. Get yourself to a hospital if you're sick. Bother me again and I'll beat you senseless. Fuming, I stormed back to the dorm. At the doorway, I paused to compose myself. Where's Eric? The bed where he usually napped was empty. Think he went to the cafeteria looking for you? A roommate offered. I texted Erik. No response. Called repeatedly. Straight to voicemail. My chest tightened. The campus suddenly felt vast as I searched every corner for hours, checking all our usual spots. Nothing. Standing on the bustling street, the world seemed to tilt beneath my feet. I pulled out my phone with shaking hands, only to see the campus forum update, heartbroken Eric drinking alone? The blurry photo showed Eric holding a cocktail, eyes glazed at some bar. Comments exploded, OMG, it's really Eric. Where's Alex? They broke up for sure. Told you Alex would dump that arrogant rich kid. The post included an address. I sprinted there. The strobing lights and thumping bass made my head pound. I circled the bar twice before hearing it my name, whispered like a prayer beneath the music. There he was. My breath caught. Then rage exploded in my veins as I saw the tattooed creep running his fingers down Eric's flushed cheek. Eric slumped against the man's chest, completely wasted. I yanked Eric behind me and kicked the predator's ribs. Fucking faggot came here begging for it. The man slurred from the floor. Something snapped. I pounced, fists smashing into that foul mouth until warm blood coated my knuckles. Arms wrapped around my waist from behind. Stop. You'll kill him. Eric sobbed against my back, sobered by terror. I froze mid-motion to avoid startling Eric. The man lay motionless on the ground, face battered and bloody. When I reached to comfort Eric, I noticed my blood-stained hands. Wiping them on my shirt, I ruffled his hair. It's okay. You're safe now. After taking Eric back to the dorm, I later heard the Quinn family likely handled the aftermath. Eric's eyes welled up as he inspected my scraped knuckles, sniffing while applying ointment. Stop crying. Why do you always make me worry? You act like you care, then flirt with others. I pinched his cheek. You're the one who wandered off. Eric clung to my arm. You were cozying up to that guy. I saw him hug you. That's why I went drinking. Baffled, I asked, who hugged me? Realization struck. That freshman? I don't even know his name. Really? You're not lying? When have I ever lied to you? Eric finally smiled, burrowing into my embrace. Good. You're mine. Yes, sir. Eric. The freshman vanished from campus afterward, though Eric sulked for 2 days over the misunderstanding. Lesson learned, no more random friend requests. Eric usually avoids my basketball games, presumably disliking post-game sweat. I typically shower before meeting him, though when he does appear, he watches intently from the sidelines with water and towels. Maybe he secretly enjoys it? Today I'd sneaked out to play. Mid-game, I spotted Eric waiting with his usual supplies. Scratching my neck guiltily, I approached. Hey, Eric. He handed me water and stood tiptoe to blot my forehead. I bent down obligingly. His porcelain face hovered centimeters from mine as he meticulously dabbed sweat, a stark contrast to my usual jersey wipe method. My throat went dry. I swallowed hard, turning slightly. Done yet? Hold still, he ordered, cradling my face. My wandering gaze caught two girls nearby, fists clenched in excitement. Thrill. I'm shipping them so hard. One squealed. Total golden retriever X Tsundra vibes. Her friend agreed. Heat flooded my cheeks as Eric finally stepped back, oblivious to our audience. What's with all the nonsense between this and that? Girls these days are so weird. Eric finally finished cleaning up. I chugged most of my water bottle in one go. After chatting with Eric for a bit, my teammates called me back to the court. I glanced at Eric. I'm heading back in. Eric squeezed the muscle on my arm. Go get him. During the second half, knowing Eric was watching lit some kind of fiery motivation in me. We dominated the game completely, and I even showed off some flashy moves. I sneaked a peek at the sidelines hoping he'd notice my skills, only to catch Eric taking a sip from my water bottle. My gaze snapped away like I'd been burned. I pressed a hand to my chest. My heartbeat suddenly erratic and uncontrollable. We crushed the opposing team. Obviously, everyone wanted to celebrate with dinner tonight. While they debated restaurants, I started toward Eric. I needed to tell him I wouldn't be joining him for dinner, otherwise the young master would throw a tantrum later. Before I reached him, some underclass girl blocked my path. Senior, I like you. She shoved an envelope into my hands and sprinted away like an Olympic track star. My first love letter. Curiosity itched at me to see what it said. Before I could open it, Eric snatched the envelope away, his face darker than when that freshman had sat on his bed last week. I'd never seen Eric this furious, it was kinda scary. You like her? Eric ground out through clenched teeth. I'd learned my lesson. No, I don't even know her. His expression softened slightly but remained tense. Then make it clear. Don't lead people on. He shook the envelope. I'll return this for you. Can I at least read it first? Eric's face clouded again. What? You getting attached? No. It's just my first love letter. Wanted to see what they're like. Eric rolled his eyes. Pathetic. He turned to leave. Eric, is it okay if I skip dinner with you tonight? He glared. What? The team's celebrating our win. You don't mind, right? Do whatever. He stalked off as I promised to bring him back something tasty. But when I returned, Eric was already in bed. The realization hit me late he was pissed. I hovered by his bed. Desperate. I'm sorry. I'll never go out with them again. Dinner with you every night. Okay. I'll quit the team too if you want. Eric turned over with red-rimmed eyes. Alex, you idiot. Can't you tell I wanted you to stay and comfort me? I am comforting you. Please don't be mad. He looked ready to bite me, then deflated with a shuddering breath. Ding. The thread you follow has new updates. Check it out now. I opened my campus forum app to see the latest post. OMG, Alex and Eric are so real. Rumor has it some girl confessed to Alex today and Eric's face immediately darkened. Yes, I saw it too. Eric snatched the love letter and Alex kept apologizing. Probably scared his hubby would make him sleep on the couch tonight. They're so chaotic, I live for this. What the actual? I hadn't checked the forum for 2 days and the narrative shifted completely. Since when did we become some BL fanfiction couple? Returning to the dorm, I found Eric hunched over his desk scribbling something. He quickly hid the notebook when I entered. My chest tightened. I tell this man everything. But now he's keeping secrets? Fine. Maybe I won't share about that weird freshman girl's blessing either. Alex? Eric swiveled his chair to face me, cheeks faintly pink. My birthday's this weekend. You better not bail. Wouldn't miss it for the world. I patted the gift-wrapped box in my drawer containing the limited edition basketball shoes he'd been eyeing. He lit up like sunrise over Hudson River, practically vaulting into my lap. Just bring yourself, he murmured, arms looping around my neck. My hands automatically found his waist dam. Could probably span that slim curve with my fingers. Eric, you losing weight? I fretted, thumb brushing the soft skin under his hoodie. Feeling bonier than usual. He recoiled like I'd shocked him. You absolute walnut. Eric scrambled off me, ears crimson. Zero romantic awareness. The cold shoulder treatment lasted 3 days. Though he still clung to me each night. Fingers unconsciously tracing my abs as he slept. Typical Eric logic, mad enough to sulk, but not mad enough to forfeit cuddle privileges. On his birthday eve, he cornered me after class. No surprises tomorrow. No last-minute emergencies. It will be there. The intensity in his hazel eyes could have melted steel. Crossed my heart. I held up 3 fingers scout style. Later. As I drifted off to Eric's lavender-scented hair tickling my chin, it struck me how natural this felt. His head perfectly slotting under my chin. His cold toes instinctively seeking my warmth. The way our breathing synchronized. Maybe those form crazies weren't entirely wrong. But nah. Best friends could totally platonically share beds every night. Right? Of course I'll go. Nothing is more important than Eric. The birthday party was held at an upscale hotel, where Eric had booked a private VIP room. Most guests were people I knew, clearly an intimate gathering. Everyone was having fun, though our friends did get carried away with the drinks. They kept toasting and refilling glasses. Eric accepted every single drink offer, and I couldn't stop him no matter how hard I tried. Soon Eric's eyes grew glassy. "Where's my gift? I want to see it now," he slurred. I quickly handed over the gift box containing a crystal fox brooch. The clever little creature seemed alive, its mischievous charm reminding me exactly of Eric, adorable yet with that spark of roguishness. Eric clearly loved it, immediately demanding I pin it on him. "Do I look good?" Eric tilted his face up at me. Under the ambient lighting, his delicate features became utterly captivating. I lowered my gaze, suddenly nervous. The fox looks good." "You both do," I mumbled. Eric preened at this, prompting another round of compliments and drink offers from our friends. When Eric finally passed out, a man handed me a keycard and pushed me forward. "Mr. Quinn's drunk. Take him upstairs." After excusing ourselves, I carried Eric to the suite. Even intoxicated, he remained endearing, quiet and compliant with flushed cheeks, only occasionally tugging at his collar, complaining of heat. I carefully removed Eric's outerwear and wiped him down with warm water. Eric hated feeling unclean before bed. After settling him, I lay beside Eric, fully clothed in case he needed help during the night. Eyes barely closed, I felt movement beside me. Before I could react, warm weight pressed down his hot, wet lips captured mine. My heart pounded as I slowly opened my eyes to Eric's beautiful face inches from mine. He kissed me with tender devotion, like someone cherishing their beloved. I nearly kissed back before sanity gripped me. He's drunk. Does he even know who he's kissing? I shoved him away harder than intended. Eric's eyes flew open, expression darkening. Immediately regretting it, I rushed to check on him. "I'm sorry. Did I hurt you?" "Let me see." My hands fluttered over him, terrified I damaged this precious creature. Eric grabbed my wrist. "Are you even a man?" He yanked his shirt open, exposing milky skin flushed pink. "I'm like this and you still push me away?" When I averted my burning face, Eric cupped my cheeks, forcing eye contact. "Do you not like me at all?" He straddled me, hands gripping my neck as he crashed our lips together. "I don't care. I like you. And I'm definitely sleeping with you tonight." As our tongues tangled, one reality pierced through the haze. I'm kissing Eric. Eric even said he likes me. I was both shocked and delighted, but mostly overwhelmed. Someone as delicate and precious as Eric, how could someone like me ever deserve him? Yet his embrace and kisses ignited a greedy desire in me. Unable to resist, I pulled Eric closer, responding gradually. When Eric pushed lightly, I tumbled onto the bed with his momentum. He straddled me, fingers tearing at my shirt. I grabbed his wrist. "Eric, are you sure about this?" He shook off my grip, wrestling with my belt buckle. "Too late for second thoughts now. I'm having you tonight." Eric kept babbling about claiming me, all claws and threats. My self-control snapped. Let someone else play the saint. I was done being noble. My kiss turned demanding, plundering every gasp from Eric's lips until he clawed at my hair for air. Switching to his earlobe, I let him pant while trailing kisses down his throat. Oxygen deprivation left Eric trembling but still fisting my hair, breath coming in ragged bursts as I mapped his collarbones. My beautiful Eric. I woke past noon to find Eric sleeping peacefully beside me. His swollen lips and mottled skin told of last night's frenzy. Guilt flooded me as I covered his marks with the blanket. Gathering our scattered clothes quietly, I slipped out to fetch breakfast and new clothes. The man who'd handed me the key card yesterday waited outside. "Figured you'd need these." He offered a food container and paper bag containing outfits and ointment. Heat rushed to my face. Everyone clearly knew Better hurry back before Eric wakes up cranky. He smirked. I fled. Mortification burning my ears. God. They all knew. Eric. I've ruined you. Eric still slept when I returned. Relieved? I studied his face, still the most breathtaking sight since our first meeting. I'd been working my campus job when roommates mentioned our new arrival. Eric? Some rich kid with princess-level cleanliness standards. I expected another jock. But opening that dorm door froze me in place. There stood this porcelain-skinned creature with Bambi eyes and rosebud lips. I actually checked for a girl's dorm sign. No guy had rights being that pretty. You there? Eric glanced over without rising from his silk bedding. Ma'am. Alex. Just ask if you need. I'm hungry. He thrust his phone at me. No onions? Garlic? Carrots or winter melon? No chili either. Figure out the rest. My eye twitched. Pretty privilege had limits. Listen here you. He cut me off with a credit card swipe sound from his phone. Extra truffle fries. Chop chop. Add my contact info. And I'll pay $100 for the delivery. I quickly changed my approach. I'm on my way. Who would have thought that the once proud young master now slept obediently by my side? Looking back, I realized I'd been harboring improper thoughts since our first meeting, foolishly masking my insecure heart with claims of brotherhood. Eric blinked awake to find me staring. Flustered, he burrowed under the quilt until only his eyes remained visible. Alex. Eric. I handed Eric his clothes. Get dressed first. Then let's eat. His eyes sparkled as they met mine. What? I shifted under his gaze. You called me Eric. I cleared my throat, feigning nonchalance. You're my boyfriend now. I'll call you whatever I want. Eric beamed, looping his arms around my neck. Do you like me? Scooping him into my lap. I affirmed, of course. The young master pouted. Then why did you push me away last night when I kissed you? I thought you were drunk and didn't know who you were kissing. Eric bristled. If you hadn't played hard to get, would I need such tactics? Do you know how frustrating it is to touch your abs daily without getting to taste? I kissed his pouting lips. The fish is hooked now. All yours. His laughter bubbled. Just as I imagined, soft and sweet. I tweaked his nose. Admit it, you've been lusting after me. Obviously. Eric confessed shamelessly. I've even groped and kissed you at night. When you didn't wake, I went all out. You're such a deep sleeper. You little devil. Eric grabbed my collar. Confess you wanted me to. My enthusiastic response last night betrayed more than passive acceptance. Guilty. I've wanted you for ages. Eric preened. Told you I'm irresistible. Then came his surprise, a pink envelope. My fingers trembled as I opened the love letter inside. Not now. Eric stopped me. Read it privately later. I kissed his forehead. This is what you've been sneaking around to write? I've been jealous for days, thinking you were hiding something. Blushing but defiant. Eric lifted his chin. Consider it educational. Have you never received a proper love letter before? Have you gotten many? Truckloads. Men. Women? I silenced his bragging mouth with mine. New intimacy bred constant stolen touches, clasped hands. Secret kisses. Yet each embrace left Eric flushed and dazed. His eyes misty. His cheeks blooming. His radiant happiness drew our roommate's suspicions. Though we maintained plausible deniability. It's so unfair. At most we'd share a lingering kiss in our dorm room, nothing inappropriate ever happened there. Yet our roommates remained suspicious. Whenever we were together, the air practically sparkled with romantic tension. Our campus forum posts exploded with IRL proof Alex and Eric are dating. They totally made out, I saw it myself. OMG, my favorite ship is real. Lock Alex and Eric in a room forever. Dozens of sneaky photos of Eric and me in intimate moments flooded the feed. All blurry but some oddly artistic. I saved every single one. Classmates jokingly complained about our PDA. After 2 seconds of contemplation, Eric suggested moving off campus. Truthfully, that dorm had become unbearable anyway. I started hustling harder between classes to save up. Eric pouted. Why not use my money? I ruffled his soft hair. Back when I was your errand boy, getting paid felt like a side gig. Now that I'm your boyfriend? Buying your meals? Doing your laundry? Drying your hair? That's boyfriend duty. I need to step up to deserve you. Senior year. I co-founded a startup with friends and an alumnus while Eric prepped for grad school. Those first 2 years nearly broke me. Endless networking events. Vomiting after client dinners. When Eric tried emptying his trust fund to support me, I refused. Only by standing on my own can I stand beside you properly. By year 3, my business finally stabilized in this cutthroat city. After graduation, Eric came out to his family. Since he'd already openly identified as gay and his older brother carried the family legacy, the Quinns only demanded his partner be capable of responsibility. Now it's time to prove I'm worthy. Why were you so eager to visit my parents? Eric wrapped his arms around me from behind. Still the same clingy sweetheart after all these years. His clinginess always meant kiss me, a language I'd mastered. I spun us around, capturing his lips in a slow, dizzying kiss until he melted against me. Today, take me home, pretty boy. Mr. Quinn had that deceptively gentle businessman aura, while Mrs. Quinn radiated sheltered innocence. The Quinns had funded my orphanage since childhood, later sponsoring my college journey through their scholarship program. And here I was, the charity case trying to steal their treasured youngest son. Even I cringed at my audacity. Dinner went shockingly smooth. Mrs. Quinn kept beaming at us like a proud mother hen, though Eric's eldest brother shot me death glares all night. Can't blame him. I'd swipe the family jewel. As long as future brother-in-law doesn't sabotage us. After dessert, Mr. Quinn summoned me to his study. I placed the prepared documents on his mahogany desk. The company I co-founded with friends has 60% shares under my name. According to the agreement, I transferred all my equity to Eric's name. Sir, I know this might seem insignificant to you, but these represent everything I possess. I simply want to prove I'm willing to give Eric my entire world. Our current residence, the commercial properties we own, all deeds are registered under Eric. Should we ever break up, I'd be left penniless. But as long as I have Eric, I hold the whole universe in my hands. If I ever wrong Eric, I deserve to be stripped of everything. Should Eric ever leave me, these assets would naturally revert to the Quinn family as repayment for their past kindness. After today's official acknowledgement, Eric completely belonged to me. Eric remained dazed even after we left the Quinn family mansion. They just handed me over to you, just like that. I chuckled. What? You wanted your family to give me hell? Not exactly. I just expected more resistance. I'd even prepared to shield you if Dad tried hitting you. Oh? How exactly were you planning to protect me? If Dad tried kicking you out? I was going to throw myself over you and say hit me instead. Where he goes, I go. I burst out laughing. Which cheesy drama did you steal that from? Eric froze. How'd you know I got it from TV? I pinched his cheek. Silly goose. Eric retaliated by pulling both my cheeks. Look who's talking. Since when did you become such a smooth talker? Mercy? I laughed. I take it back. My Eric isn't silly at all. My sweetheart is the smartest, most adorable person alive. Humph. You'd better remember that.